Hello, and welcome to Ms. PM Reads Christian Content, where we are concluding the book Brave by Faith by Alistair Begg. And in our last video, Alistair Begg challenged my thinking. He talked about Daniel's vision of seeing a man on the clouds, and that it was not Jesus coming to earth at the end times, but going to heaven after his resurrection. So that was a whole new frame of thought for me, and I appreciate that. It concluded with Jesus having told people that in the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. And so we are in the epilogue, and it is entitled, Jesus Shall Reign. A missionary was returning to the United States back in the days when overseas travel was only by ship. It happened that this missionary was on the same ship as an acclaimed national figure. And as the boat docked in New York, there were huge numbers of people gathered on the quay to greet this popular man with banners and signs. The photographers were lined up to take pictures of his return for all the newspapers. As the missionary scanned the faces of the quay, he realized that no one had come to welcome him. He had been gone for years, laboring in the cause of Christ, and no one had turned up to greet him. As he began to submerge in waves of self-pity, a truth struck him as clearly as if a voice had spoken it to him from heaven, which, in a sense, it had. Do not be discouraged. You have not reached home. This isn't it. This is the message of Daniel. Do not be discouraged. You have not reached home. This isn't it. You'll find no self-pity, retreat, or compromise in any of its chapters. Daniel and his friends were pushed hard. They found themselves falling, literally, into the furnace and the lion's den. But Psalm 18, verses 13 and 14 was true for them as it is true for us. I was pushed hard so that I was falling, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. We know and will know increasingly what it means to be pushed hard by the antagonism of our culture. We know and will know increasingly what it is like to feel that we cannot stand. But we can also know the help of the Lord, who is sovereign. We can know what it is to be stretched, to hold the line, to obey, to witness, and to act with compassion. We can be singing of the Lord who has saved us not from trials, but through trials. Okay. Who has saved us not from trials, but through trials. There's a difference. And who supremely has saved us from his judgment so that we may look forward to reaching home beyond our death. Pushed hard, falling, helped, strengthened, singing, saved. By faith, that was the story of the exiles in Babylon, a long way from Jerusalem. And by faith, it is the story of exiles in this world today, a long way from heaven, but walking always towards it. What will we sing as we journey on? We could do worse than sing what the Scotsman Eric Liddell sang as he headed off to China, for it is a song that encapsulates much of the truth about God that Daniel 1:7 sets before us. Eric Liddell was a Scotsman who played rugby for Scotland and won gold in the 1924 Olympics in the 400 meter. He had been due to race in the 200 meters, for which he was the favorite, but the race fell on a Sunday, and his conscience did not permit him to race on Sundays. He had drawn his line and refused to cross it, despite significant pressure being put on him to do so. Nevertheless, as a gold medalist and rugby international, Liddell was something of a hero. And then he decided to leave Edinburgh for China to work there as a missionary. When he left Waverley Station, crowds flocked to see him off. Many of them youngsters intrigued to see this amazing athlete who was giving everything up and leaving everything behind to go to China to teach children about Jesus. Liddell could have been a double gold medalist if he had just compromised a little, just once. He could have enjoyed a comfortable, prosperous, and popular life in Scotland. What a strange, nonsensical way it was that he chose to live his life. Unless, of course, you believe that the kingdoms of this world will give way to the kingdom of Jesus Christ, and that this is not your home. Liddell believed that, and so he lived that. As he boarded the train, he let down the window in his carriage, silenced the crowd, and shouted, "Christ for the world needs Christ." That was his parting shot. And then he led them in the singing of this hymn. I'm not going to sing it because I'm not familiar with it. Jesus shall reign where'er the sun doth his successive journeys run. His kingdom stretch from shore to shore till moons shall wax and wane no more. If by God's grace you understand that Jesus reigns, then you will live like Eric Liddell, even when it seems that the world is triumphing and that Christ's church is under pressure. That does not necessarily mean that you will go to China, but it does mean that because you have faith in the God who rules, you will live bravely, live confidently, and live obeying Jesus and proclaiming Jesus, even in a land that neither understands your decisions nor welcomes your message. Don't look back to the glory days. Live well in this day. If you are a banker, be a banker to the glory of God. If you're a teacher, teach to the glory of God. If you're a scientist, research to the glory of God. If you're a salesman, sell to the glory of God. Just be who you are, where you are, obedient and confident in the conviction that God is accomplishing the eternal counsel of his will, and that he's drawn you into the story into which he drew Daniel and those exiles, the story of how he is bringing his kingdom to this world until the day when he stretches from shore to shore. Living like that will not be easy. It may well get harder, but it is possible, because when we are pushed hard and we are falling, we have a God who is more than capable of helping us, saving us, and causing us to sing of him. We must be brave by faith. A few years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court decided to change the definition of marriage. They were taking to themselves an authority that belongs only to God. It was one of those moments when Christians in a nation realize that they are not at home in their nation anymore. I expect that wherever you live, there will be more of those moments to come as we are increasingly buffeted, marginalized, and ostracized. I wrote in my journal that evening, "This is the saddest day of my life in America." And then I added, "But I know that God is still in charge, so we proceed accordingly." I know that, and I resolved to do that because I know the God whom Daniel knew. Do you? Do not be discouraged. You have not reached home. This isn't it, and Jesus shall reign. Oh, I don't know about you guys, I'm getting those glory bumps. Wow, powerful book. I love it. If you'd like to purchase it, you can find it on Amazon or any number of outlets. Purchase it for yourself, purchase it as a gift for someone else, re-listen to it on all of my videos, share my videos with someone else. But however you want to share this information from Alistair Begg, it was good stuff. Please share it. All right. I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next time.